All right. So, one of the nice things about knowledge is that it can compound just the way money does in your investments and stuff like that. And when I find a book that I like at the library, I usually go out and I buy it for myself, like this one. It's The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. So, I'm busy rereading this. And every time you read it, you learn a different lesson. And it's kind of like reading the King James version of the Bible with the these and the thous and all of that. But I want to read you a couple of snippets from here. All right. So the story was written about 100 years ago, but it's set in ancient Babylon. So it's about this couple of guys that are just fed up with living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck, and they see their friend who's the richest man in Babylon. And the thing is, they all started on the same playing field. They studied under the same master, same class, but they ended up in two very different realities. And they go to this friend and they want to know, how is it? Can you show us what you have done to get where you are? So the guy asked them, do you not pay the garment maker? Do you not pay the sandal maker? Do you not pay for the things that you eat? Can you live in Babylon without spending? What do you have to show for the earnings of your past month or for the past year? You pay everybody but yourself. If you keep 1/10 of all you earn, how much would you have in 10 years? And then he answers, as much as I would have in 1 year. And the advisor goes, you speak half the truth. Every piece of gold you save is a slave to work for you. Every copper it earns is a child that can also earn for you. So if you were to become wealthy, then you must earn on what you save, and its children must earn, that all may help you and give you the abundance that you crave. So he's literally talking about compound interest here, right? Where the money is making money, and that kind of thing. A part of all you earn is yours to keep. It should not be less than a tenth, no matter how little you earn. And I know it must be so discouraging when your salary hits your account and you find that all of these debit orders are going through. All right, so we gotta make time to pay ourselves first. So the book goes on to say, this is just chapter 2, by the way. There's about 7 or 8 lessons here that you need to know about and implement. It's very practical advice, although the book was written 100 years ago, and although the story is set in ancient Babylon. All right, so this is what they said. Wealth is like a tree, grows from a tiny seed, and the first copper you save is the seed from which your tree of wealth shall grow. The sooner you plant that seed, the sooner the tree shall grow. The more faithfully you nourish and water that tree with consistent savings, the sooner you may bask in the contentment beneath its shade. So eventually, as the story progresses, this guy he saves his 10%, and at the end of the year, he has this lump sum, and now he's ready to invest to get his copper to grow into more children. So he meets up with the brick maker who's going to a farm of land to get some gems. Now, he got some bad advice here. What does a bricklayer know about investments and building wealth? So the bricklayer eventually goes to this farm of land and gets scammed. He buys his gems that are actually worthless fancy glass. And there it is. His savings are all gone, and then he starts all over again. So after a year, he goes and he meets up with the shield maker, and they strike up a deal wherein he invests this money with the shield maker, and every 4 months or so, he would get dividends back. So then he sees the advisor again. And then the advisor asks him, what did you do with all of this money or this rental that you've gotten? And then the guy goes, well, I feasted with honey and fine wine and spice cakes. And then the advisor laughs. Why do you eat the children of your savings? Then how do you expect them to work for you? How can they have children that will also work for you? First, get thee an army of golden slaves, and then many a rich banquet you may enjoy without regret. And how often it is that we save up, and once we got this nice chunk of change, we go out, we buy a new watch, we get this fancy handbag, maybe upgrade that phone, We don't buy things that are actually building us wealth. All right. We just wasting away. We've got a little bit of discipline to come and get those funds together, but then we go and blow it on something stupid. So is this is just chapter 2 in the book, and the moral of the story here is you got to pay yourself first. All right. Even it doesn't matter how much it is that you earn, you got to be paying yourself first and learn to live on that 90%. Well, I personally think it should be 80% because your first 10% should go towards God and your second 10% is for yourself. And learn to live on that 80%, your bond, your rent, your petrol. And I know it's not easy. Inflation is crazy right now. But it's a simple formula for wealth. You can't spend more than you earn, right? You have to make those lifestyle changes. And if you haven't started investing, and saving is very different from investing. Savings, you go, you put in the bank, and you get your compound interest. And the problem we have now is that inflation is so high, right? And inflation is eating away at the value of your money, and you're getting very little interest in return. So you want to be saving, and I know markets are low as well, but when you're investing, you have the opportunity to get interest, but you also have the opportunity for capital appreciation as well. So that's two sources of children, as the book would call it. And if you're ready for a little bit of that, and if you're South African with a South African ID, a South African citizen with a South African bank account, that is something I can help you with. So reach out. And even if you started investing and you're not happy with your returns, you want an independent review, an honest opinion of are you on the right track. I'll be very happy to do that for you. Just click the link. It's not there right now. Going to put it after this live is over. You just click the link. You can go to solomonwealth.co.za and click the get started button, and it's a complimentary discovery call, and we'll see how we can best help you. So hope to see you guys one on one.